What's going on, everyone? Today we are playing my favorite King's Quest of the entire series. Yes, even 8. That's a little joke because everyone hates 8. King's Quest 6, here today, gone tomorrow. I should mention I did play this once years ago with my brother on this very channel. We had a great time. Most folks loved it. I just haven't played it in a very long time. And I also kind of wanted to do a version without my brother's constant snack crunching, which I got a lot of feedback for. I've heard you good people. This entire playthrough will be completely snack free. I guarantee it. I'm willing to make that sacrifice. So let's watch the intro as I fly solo here on the best King's Quest for my money.
Long ago, in the castle of a kingdom called Daventry.
Great intro.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cassima, are you?
I suppose I am.
She's very pretty.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
Yeah,
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it.
Internet hasn't hit Daventry
She's
yet.
just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
None of the Daventry ladies do it for us. Why don't we always think to check the magic mirror whenever we have a problem, by the way? It's basically our internet.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you would
Seen so far away.
Alexander.
Can't wait to hear that song.
Cassima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Valenice has like a segue under her dress.
I saw Cassima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
We do look like
Yes.
a marionette there with our
It
mouth.
showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
That's pretty clever.
All right, Mother. I promise.
I promise. What are you basing that on? It'll be fine. Valenice is like, every time a member of a family has an adventure, it's always super dangerous. I don't know that it'll be okay. Point out, Cassima also only met us for about 5 minutes at the end of King's Quest 5. Let's Play also available on this channel. And, like, why would she be reaching out for us? I think there would be more relevant people in the land of the Green Isles. I mean, we'll find out firsthand there's not, I guess, so it makes sense, but I guess she was just as taken with us as we were of her.
Three long months, Prince Alexander sailed the known seas and beyond.
3 months. Hope we brought plenty of fruit. I feel like scurvy would be an issue at that point. You wouldn't look that good after 3 months, by the way. Not bathing, just taking ocean baths or whatever water we have on board. Oh,
Land ho! Land ho! Land ho!
no, it looks like a submarine, actually. I like my brother's joke. A bunch of pirates boarded our ship while we were looking through the looking glass. Ah, red at night. Sailor's delight.
As the ship nears the shore,
Wait, what?
Day turns to night, and the sea turns violent.
Alright, so that's a bunch of crap. Yeah, this is what Valenice is worried about. King's Quest 6. This was a big deal back in the early to mid-90s. Sierra put everything into this game, and the results are there. I did my ranking video of the King's Quest series. Not surprisingly, this came in at number 1 for me. Just pretty much beat for beat the perfect adventure game. 2 seasoned veterans at the helm, Roberta Williams and Jane Jensen doing the writing. Directing it as well, Jane Jensen, famously of the Gabriel Knight series. Another favorite series here on Let's Play with Brigands, which we did the entire series of. Just completed the 3rd one recently, actually. All of it on here on the channel. Mark Seibert doing the music, I believe. Great music in this one. We'll talk about Earl in the Tower and how I think Sierra, in the book that came with the game, they encouraged players to call their local radio station and request the game, or the song from the game. Radio stations were like, what? Yeah, we don't have that song.
Alexander awakens to find himself on an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here.
It's like the beginning of Quest for Glory 4.
Then he does remember. The shipwreck, the sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea. That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace. He can only hope and pray that the lifeboats survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Daventry.
All right, Sierra game, what do we always do? We save early and often. Playing this in the Scum virtual emulator here. Let's go Alex. Don't need to be so formal here. Now let's turn up the speed. We're going to take a chance. We're going to leave the detail up. You think if we were the members of the crew, we'd be like, Alexander, you should get in the lifeboat first, because you're the royalty. We're just a bunch of hired seamen, but that's cool.
Alexander
he's a
picks
good
up
guy.
his royal insignia ring from the beach.
Alexander. Anything else survive the or wash up on the...
Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand.
Love that sound.
Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
Single coin. And my ring. All the possessions I have in the world. Does it give descriptions?
Alexander is
Nice.
carrying a copper coin of Daventry. King Graham graces the front of the coin.
I love that. I don't know why that makes me... That makes sense. King Graham should be on his own currency.
Alexander's ring is made of the purest gold and has the insignia of the royal family of Daventry on its face.
Sweet. This should get us in some otherwise places we couldn't get in. You know what I'm trying to say. It's going to help us. It's better to have this ring than not. Well, let's go to the castle first, so we can rub elbows with some other royal folk. Hello? Are these dogs with spears? Yes, please. Where am I?
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards. I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this
I love that we have
castle?
these little pictures here in
what
this
is that
version.
you say?
A castaway?
I don't think we had
a
that
likely story.
in the last
We haven't
time
had
I
any
played
foreigners
this.
in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Alhazred, you say?
Don't be so rude,
Don't
Gruff.
be so
He's
rude,
not asking
Gruff.
for any secrets. You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad. And this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal
The
family.
dogs don't get the same treatment with their
The
little
Isle
picture.
of the Crown. But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
Yeah, we're gonna do both
This
endings as
is the
well.
land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
All right, so we made
Then
it.
Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasure jewel to God, and we consider it an honor.
The pay doesn't hurt, I'm sure. Maybe it's because I have the subtitles on as well. I'm not sure I had those the last time we did this. Either way, I'm pleasantly surprised. Come on, let me in. I'm a prince.
Excuse me, guardsmen.
Guards, dogs.
Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima.
Yeah.
I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
Is it that easy? I didn't think so. I'm no stranger. Read and weep. I'm a prince.
Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown guards.
He does this all
With
the
all of
time.
his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm an acquaintance
Let's restart
of
the
Princess
conversation. Good
Cassima.
day.
You
I'm
could
a
just
prince.
inform her that I'm here, please.
So everyone says. Let me just look at that ring.
What does it say, Gruff?
Kingdom of Daventry, Prince Alexander. Wait here while I go see what Captain Saladin thinks of this.
Now give back the ring. What ring? Son of a... Gonna make small talk with the other guard dog. Super awkward. You have ticks and
Guard
fleas?
returns a
Wow.
moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
I love Captain Saladin.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I
So
presume.
noble.
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Vizier Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess.
Look at his red
Please
furries.
follow me.
He's so cute. I want to take him seriously, but he's so cute in his little picture. All right.
Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Take a bath
Pardon
for
the
a
intrusion,
start.
my
It's
lord.
been 3 months.
But I came to see Princess Cassima.
An orange,
Some
maybe?
months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
Name drop. King Graham.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
I'm afraid so.
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
I'm straight and Cassima's hot.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects.
Yeah.
Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I think she did.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander.
She drank a lot
Things
back
have
then.
greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's
I think we
castle.
made that joke last time.
Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind.
That sounded sarcastic. They
Even
became
if she
ill
were,
while she was
I do
gone.
not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
Nah.
I see.
I may be a prince.
I suppose that I was mistaken.
I'm no gentleman.
I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
I'm ready to be the sand in those gears.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
I don't have a boat.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
Get some souvenirs
I would
for the
advise
fam.
against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
Sheaths his sword. Guess I'm not gonna get to run this fool through. So noble and so cute, that Captain Saladin.
You have had your hearing with Vizier Al-Hazred. I trust you will respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding.
Don't let this guy in.
Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Hero man bad. Alright, well, seeing as we have no way to get home, let's find a place to squat. Something. Gotta figure something out while we're here. Is that
A hollow in the trunk of the old tree forms a perfect nesting place for wildlife.
any stuff to grab? Really bothers me that the eye and the hand are reversed as to how I would like them. It's just, look should always be second,
Alexander
right?
examines the tree's hollow, but finds nothing of interest.
In a lesser adventure game. All right, let's go into town. All 2 or 3 screens of it. What we got here? Might as well introduce
Good day,
ourselves.
peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business?
Yeah, that's all you'll take.
Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but I don't know. I don't really know your land that well. Maybe there is around these parts. I'll keep my eye out. Anything thrown out? Any sweet junk?
Alexander examines the large pot. It's currently empty, but a few scraps in the bottom indicate that it is used as a dump site on occasion.
By the way, Robbie Benson,
Alexander can enter the building by using the shop's door.
how novel. Robbie Benson voices Prince Alexander. I think most folks will know him best watching this. Good day. As the Beast in the 1991 Disney animated adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. Excellent film. I also just recently found out that he was Vincent in that episode of Seinfeld when she's sort of dating that guy that works at the film store. He just does the voice on the phone, the movie rental store.
Good
the
day,
film
merchant.
store.
What
What
can
did I
you
call
tell
it?
me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she is in a dark time.
That made me
Without
laugh,
the
though.
ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
Take it it's not a democracy, because I would say with a population, best I can tell, of 4 people on this island, your vote would have a lot of sway, actually, quite a lot of pull. I'm a prince,
Can you tell me, merchant, what the value of this ring might be?
ready to pawn our ring off the first
Sands of
chance
the
we
sea,
get.
What a beauty! What fine gold and masterful artistry! This ring is quite valuable, sir. I would not feel right taking it in trade. None of the items on display in my humble store are even close to the value of this ring.
Truly? Well, It would be hard to part with it anyway, I suppose.
It's nice that he's honest. Can I
The
talk?
world-famous talking bear has been sulking ever since his abduction from a small mountain community in California. He refuses to discuss real estate.
That's a fun gag. Yeah, if there's any... We're doing this live, by the way. If there's any little fun gags like that I need to be aware of, let me know. I love the flexing pose there.
Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display. The world-famous talking bear is... The stuffed bear probably has stuffed fleas. Alexander decides to keep his distance.
Fair enough. Alright, if you won't take my ring, which I appreciate your honesty, will you take my copper coin? Oh no. Crash? Sir? Oh no! We have our first... Well, it's like it's locked up. Can I load? What is this from? Alright. Thank goodness we're saving like a demon.
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Please, I just want a
Most
sandwich.
interesting. I have never
So
seen
hungry.
a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
This guy is, he's very accommodating, as we just trade with him throughout the entire game. I'll take the Nightingale. This looks like fun.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
How do you stay open? How do you turn a profit like that? With the 4, I'm overthinking it again. There's 2 people on this whole island that he could deal with. Unless the, what's his name is coming in here. What else we got?
A strange-looking winged device occupies one corner of the room. It is frail with disuse. Alexander finds it intriguing. Perhaps he thinks it was once used in a local sporting event, in which enthusiasts jumped from cliffs, glided on air currents, and then attempted to land, frequently crunching a bone or 2 in the process. Alexander shudders at the thought and decides to stick to dragon slaying.
Dragon slaying. You got all that from looking at it?
The back wall of the shop holds various odds and ends.
This is going to give us one at random.
A hull hole detector for finding those hard-to-spot holes in small sailboats.
Hmm?
A worn leather wineskin is suspended from the ceiling.
Do you have mints, by the way? Don't you have a mint jar? There we go.
Alexander takes a mint.
Delicious mints. All right, what else can you tell
Good day,
me?
merchant.
I can tell you but
How bide you, good merchant?
quite well.
Yeah, I gave you all my money. All right, thank you. Pleasure doing business. Now that we had that lock up there, we're gonna double down on the
Hello.
saves.
I will be right up.
Yeah, we didn't have these little pictures last time. This is
Now.
fun.
What can I do for you?
Well,
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown,
everything
but I'd
you
like
can
to
tell
know
me about
whatever you
Cassima,
can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
specifically
You are
Cassima.
indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet.
Well
This
said.
island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here.
Good system.
Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west.
there are at least 3 other islands. The Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go.
That's why I have many
Legend
restraining
speaks
orders
of
out
a
against
fourth
me.
island,
That's how I
an
believe
isle
it.
shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too,
Fourth
the
island.
land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally.
Leaders.
Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days, and if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Didn't
Thank
go
you
well.
kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
Well said, book merchant. Alright, so what's the count? We have 2 guard dogs, the guy in the background when we had our audience, the Prince, Cassima, Jalo, who we haven't met yet, the pawn shop owner, the bookshop owner, the lamp seller, Beauty and her evil stepmother, and the fairy guy. There's 12 people on this island. Good count. No. Alright. Hello.
Good day, sir.
The
Good day.
mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Okay. Fair enough. Can I have a book?
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
Just a book, Alex. You know there's a pawn shop right next door. If you were so keen on getting rid of it, you probably could have just donated it to the man. What do we have
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages.
Okay.
Well, that was refreshing.
Oh, okay. So we're going to find something useful there.
Alexander is a little old for those children's books.
What else we got?
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books.
About that section.
Thinking
There
of
we go.
Cassima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads,
Vizier said she's not interested,
thy
man.
hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast. Not bad. And another. Upon the shore the
Narrator's
lilies
good in this
bend,
one.
untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there. Yikes. And another.
This is getting saucy.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the
Love.
hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you.
That's gonna...
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Oh, the page just fell out. These books are falling apart.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
That's impressive that he just knows that book just by glance, you know? I mean, there's not that many books here, but there's enough that I'm impressed. Alright. Yeah, you can see me cycling through that because I'm... The eye after the hand is throwing me. Well, let's see what else we got here on the Isle of the Crown. Speaking of beauty.
There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes, and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave.
Oh no.
The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
Hello?
The girl is too far away to hold a conversation with Alexander.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses!
Hey!
I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning!
Stables? What are you
And
stables?
get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Yes, stepmother.
Wow, I never saw that little avatar. Sure, over there. Alright, well, I didn't know she had to do all that. Yeah, you can't be looking at roses when you haven't done the breakfast dishes and all that other stuff. I'm gonna take a rose.
Alexander has not been invited to pick the family's roses.
Alright. Man, you're such a good guy, Alexander. Letting the other sailors get in their lifeboats before you and not taking roses when they have 1,000 before. What?
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
I didn't sail for 3 months to swim around with a little boy. That's weird. I will talk to you, though.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island. Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
Are we trying to show all the deaths? Hey, what's with your eye, kid?
What are you waiting for? I said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks.
Come join me, if you're brave enough.
No, I know.
That's strange.
What?
The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Yeah, a little water won't hurt you, but a lot of water certainly will. This looks like the ferry. I can see how it's out of service right now.
Yeah, what do you want?
Nice. I wonder how they decide who gets a little picture.
Alexander promises himself that he will not go home until he has determined what Cassima's feelings are for him, and if she needs his help.
That's cool, but I was trying to talk to the ferryman.
Alexander...
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside.
Nice to know each other.
What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
Well, I feel like he's going to want to play a game of cribbage with me. Like, I'm an Henry. I'm an Henry. There we go. Can I have this?
There's nothing of interest on that particular part of the table.
Except a differently animated thing that I can clearly see.
There's a rabbit's foot on the table. It seems the ferryman is counting on a little luck.
I see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you?
Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you.
Man, they animated this ferryman's face as he's talking, the animation, better than they did Alexander. Anyway,
I'm
hi.
a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
Yeah, what's
So
going
you
on around
said
here?
outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Vizier Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
Oh.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame.
Drum of magic.
It used to be so
Spear
friendly.
of death. I
Then
don't
this
know.
unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
That's a
But
bummer.
there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cassima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands.
That's nice.
I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cassima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
Huh. Lies.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Drink.
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship.
Yeah,
You
that's...
can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
sucked. That seems like very poor planning. I don't like immediately show up and start immediately pissing on your islands, but how do you only have one boat? What's up with that?
Tell me more about Princess Cassima.
Yes.
Ah, such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around, always thinking about the people. Ah, they are sorely missed.
This guy likes to sigh, thinking of better days.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The inhabitants
What are you,
of the
a
island
cop?
of
Get the hell
South
outta
are
here.
the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to see them, that is.
Yeah, that's a tough scale.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Castle of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
You haven't seen Daventry.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a result of a magnetism that sucks life from this world to the next. Of course, that's just silly talk.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot.
What else?
The Isle of the...
All right, we're going in circles now. Let's do our handshake that I remember for some reason.
Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
It's a whole mess of size. Yeah, I can imagine seeing a new person for the first time in a very long time is refreshing. Breaks up the monotony. All right. So there may be another way to get around. Let's check with the pawn shop again.
Good day.
This guy want a mint? I've been seeing you around town, stranger.
Good day, sir.
The old man just glares at Alexander and does not reply.
Fair enough.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Hell yeah.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it.
I'd be using that every night.
It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly.
What?
Which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I think
I
he
would
would...
normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
Rabbit's foot that I got for free. I think that the pawn shop owner would just like, I don't know, even just to enjoy the strange pulling sensation every now and then, would just fiddle with it a bit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also curious, how did you come into, like, the estate of a wizard falling into your possession? Like, what's the story with that? How about my ring?
If Alexander wants to exchange one of his possessions for an...
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Does me no good right now.
Daventry, are you a king then?
Almost.
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is
false
a
step
ring.
on the stairs away
sure
from
you
being
can part
king.
with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know.
Yeah.
Still, it is only gold.
See King's Quest 3.
There are more important things at stake now.
That's right.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days.
Thank you.
If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you.
I might try the pier,
Very
actually.
kind.
I don't know if I've ever
And I'll
done
remember about the map.
that. Is he gonna mug me for my map?
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Well, day drinking, that's fun. None of the hangover later, the next morning. I get it. That's a pro move, old man. All right, seconds later in the castle.
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished. From the pawn shop owner, he just abstained.
Abstained?
Just reprieved. He just got a magic map.
Better said.
You fool. You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that. Yes, Master. Now,
Gotta give
what
more
is this
support
about
than that.
A magic
It's just...
map. With a map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can. I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Guess that's it for fly on the wall for that section. That's fine. All right. He did mention he was going to toss out the stuff from the... Low? Can I get closer this time?
The girl is too... Alexander has not...
Are you out here again? Have you finished the chores I gave you?
Yes, stepmother. The house and the stables are clean.
Just walked away. All right, there we go. What'd he toss out?
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers.
Oh.
A shattered crystal ball.
Take it.
A cracked wand.
Yes.
A fake thumb.
That sounds fun.
Near the bottom,
We could have some
Alexander
fun with that
finds
once
a
we
little glass
finally...
bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
That's fair. I can't fault that. All right. Let's get a new save. Let's go Alex 2. We now have a magic map that calls for a new save. Fresh one. Let's try the magic map right here. He said the beach. We're in the open. We're at the ocean.
Alexander reads the love poem.
Oops, that's not the map.
What was it when I looked? What the name?
The name Love. Here's the magic map.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Get ready to hear that a lot. Everybody watching. All right, so we have the Isle of the Crown, the Isle of Wonder, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. We can't do much at the Sacred Mountain right now, but...
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
This makes it sound very serious. Gonna want to get medical attention very soon. Here we go. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and comment on this video, and click subscribe if you haven't already, as this seriously helps me to keep making great content for you.